Hello learners, welcome to this session. We are discussing the course BLI 221. So in this we will talk about the need, purpose and importance of a library. The main purpose of the session today is that we would like to define what is a library. We will try to discuss the concept of a library and we will also see why are libraries needed in the society. What are the purposes of a library? What is the importance of a library? So, by attending this session today, you will be enabled enough to let anyone know why should we have libraries in the society and what is a library, how does it function, where does it really perform its role, and we will be able to justify and say yes, library is an important component of different activities that we perform in our life. Let us start with the definition of a library. I believe you all would have visited some or the other library. You would have seen that libraries are available everywhere around us. Like the first library that you would have used would have been a library near your house and maybe a community library, a community center library, a village library, a town library. When I say village town library, these are basically government libraries, and when I say a RWA library, it may be the society where you are living. They also would have been maintaining a library. At times you would have seen libraries run by charitable organizations, and at times also rental libraries you would have seen. So you would have really used some of these libraries, and later on in your schools also you would have seen libraries, and then later on in your colleges you would have seen more organized and formal libraries. So you would be able to differentiate between these libraries, that first of all their size varies, the type of staff and number of staff also varies, the number of collection also varies, but then you would have really seen, used and utilized these libraries. So in very simple terms, if we say, if we try to define library, we will say it is a place. If you see on your screen, I have tried to put it in very simple words, that it is a place where one finds books and other sources of information meant for use. So when I say books and other sources of information, I think you will understand and appreciate that book is one of the major source of information that generally we make use of and also is made available in libraries, but then there are other sources of information also. And if I ask you, yes, you will be able to enumerate many such sources. You are very right if you say newspaper, magazine, journals, periodicals and what not, thesis, dissertations, and then if you talk in terms of the new sources of information, you will say that it could be non-book material in the form of you have discs or you have pen drives or whatever it is, the CDs are there that are coming with books. So a library may have different type of sources of information. But if you see on the screen, you will see that I have marked meant for use in red. I would like to stress that a library, whatever it has as a source of information, it is meant for use. Because if you see this definition, you will say there are other agencies, there are other institutions also where you find books and other sources of information. But then they may not be always for use. They may be for commercial purposes. They are there in bookshops. If you go in the marketplace, you go and see, you find these are meant for selling. These are meant for the people who are providing these, they are doing it for commercial gains. But a library is a non-profit organization. It is a social organization. It is one of the very important institution of the society, and it performs the function of providing information, knowledge past knowledge for all of us, and that too with the aim of seeing that we get benefited by that. So this is meant for use. The library disseminates all that is available. It is not passive use. It is not that I want something as a user, as a reader, I go there and use it. Library makes all efforts that even if my intention is not of using something that is available in the library, it makes me use. It makes me to use. It forces me to use also. So there are different conditions, different situations, and library would like to even convert non-users into users, potential users into users. So this is how a library is different from other agencies, other institutions that may have sources of information, but the library is different from them. So when you visit a library, you can always use whatever is there in the library, and therefore we say that we can use it there itself in the library, we can refer to it, we can read it, or we can even take it outside for a particular period of time. So this is how a library is characterized. When I say refer to it or read it, the source of information may be such that I may not like to read it cover to cover, but I may just like to refer to it because of the nature of that source of information. So there are different types of sources of information that exist in a library. Another important characteristic of a library, because when I define a library, I would also like to define it in terms of its characteristic, in terms of characteristics that differentiate a library from any other institution or organization that houses different types of sources of information. It says that it provides access to an organized collection of sources of knowledge and information. This is very important. You just have to think about it, that it is an organized collection. Why should it be organized, and how we say that it may not be organized? You see that the more organized it is, the better to use that collection. So therefore, the library organizes whatever it has. A library may have hundreds of such documents, may have thousands, lakhs and big lakhs also. So the less organized is the library is, the more difficult to use that collection. Therefore, it organizes that collection. That is also a very important characteristic of a library. Another important characteristic of a library is that it is attached to an institution of which it is a part. So by all these points, you can define the library in terms of its characteristics also, that it is an institution attached to another institution, like it could be a school, college, university, government, R&D department, or it could be any other institution that comes to your mind. So library is attached to an institution to serve the information needs of the members of that institution, and to serve the information needs, it houses different sources of information, and it organizes those sources of information so as to see that we have access to all those sources easily. And the motive of the library is to disseminate all this to all of us, to the society, irrespective of the caste, class, creed or gender. And particularly this is the purpose of a public library. Otherwise, libraries are attached to different institutions, so the main motive of the library is to serve the members of that particular institution. So now I hope that it is very clear. To make it more clear, I would suggest you to do certain activities. I think this will help to further strengthen your ideas, thoughts and beliefs. I would, if you see the screen here, I would advise you to note down some institutions, agencies where you find collections of books and sources of information, and also see how these collections have been organized, and also try to see libraries around you and see if you come across a library which is not attached to an institution. If you find some such library, that means you will be able to challenge this, that when I said a library is attached to an institution. So I believe you will do this activity and you will get back to us, or you will be able to see how we justify ourselves when we describe a library. Now let us come to why do we need a library. When you talk of the need of a library, means that if could we really do without a library. You know that we all have personal collection of books and sources of information. Everyone has it. Some have little smaller collection, some have bigger, and some have still bigger, larger collection of books. So every individual has access to personal collections. It could be different types of books as per our needs, and if it is there with us, why should we have a library? If I am studying in a particular class, I can buy books from different sources. I can have books from my own institution. My institution provides me some books, and I can have access to digital information. Some may be free, some may be priced. So it's all available everywhere. Even a library also acquires books and other sources of information from the market or different channels. So if I can do it myself, why should a library be there in the society? Because library does not own anything which is not available elsewhere. So if it is all there, I can, and as an individual, I can have access to it. Why should a library exist in the society? That question comes to my mind. So if you go into the reasons that are given here on the screen, the number of books is large in any field. You think of any field, starting from you think of a discipline, maybe it is fine arts, maybe it is Hindi literature, or maybe it is physics, or it may be solid state physics, it may be analytical chemistry, it may be modern history of India. So it could be any field, any subject, any discipline. The number of books is large, and you know that this number is always increasing. This is really an enormous number, and this goes on increasing. And you know, in a particular subject, there is no foundation. Everyone writes on that subject. So there is a variety of books, and these are always increasing, published in different languages from different countries in different times, and also being revised. So see how the number is swelling. They are costly also. The cost of books is very high, and when you think of books published from the developed world, the currency conversion and all those things add to the cost of these books. So they are the cost is really a factor that inhibits an individual to buy everything. And if I can overcome all these, money is not a problem for me. Getting the books from different sources individually is not a problem for me, but then storage is always a problem. I have limitations. Maybe the limitations may not be there with everyone. Some people may be able to afford to store tens or even hundreds of books. Some may be able to store thousands of books, but then everyone has a limitation. So that is also a limitation. So all these factors make us to think that there should be a community store. There should be some community center, or which we call as a library, that where we could have all that is available and everyone should have access to it. So if you would like to really see as an activity, I would suggest to you that you think of an area, you think of a area which is of interest to you, think of a subject that is interest to you, think of a topic of your choice, and find out the number of books available in that area or subject of your choice. You try to find out the statistics, how many books are there. Maybe you can limit your query with time, or you may go on expanding the time. You will see it's a very high figure. So just to really see it practically, I would suggest to you that try to find out how many books are there in that subject or topic. Similarly, also you take a period of time and see how it has been increasing. Their rate of increase also you should see, and that way you will be able to predict how it is going to be in the future. And also try to find out where from these books and sources of information are available. Answer is not very easy. You may say the online channels that are available, not everything is available. You try to find out the different sources, and you will find that the channels through which these books and sources of information are available are also many. So I have given you this activity just to impress upon you, just to make you realize why a library is needed in the society. If you try to answer all these questions, you will say yes, every individual cannot have access to these. In fact, you will also be able to say a bold statement that no individual can have access to all the collections. Therefore, we really want a common place, a common agency, which is library, where you have access to all the documents. Therefore, it will serve the purpose of society today and tomorrow and in the future time also. Another thing that goes in favor of having a library is that you need to organize these books also. You know, organizing is not easy. When I say you need to organize, you will realize this the moment the number of books keep on increasing. If you have some few hundreds books, then it's not difficult to organize such books. But the moment this number increases to thousands and further ahead, and moreover, if the books are on the same subject, it may not be very difficult. But if the subject varies, this difficulty of organizing the collection increases further. Therefore, I say organizing is another factor, another reason that says yes, we need some people who are specialized in doing this activity. The LIS professionals, library and information science professionals, they are experts in organizing this collection. Therefore, we need them and we need their services, and therefore we need a library to do that. Another thing, if I have this collection of books at my disposal, my own library I have, will I be able to preserve and maintain the books? You would have realized if you have been collecting your books and for years together you have been having that collection, if maybe at times you would have seen that you may not be using some of the books very regularly, and after some time when you try to open these books, you will find these have been invaded, these have been infected and infested by ants, termites, pests, silverfish, all those, so that they damage books. So how do you manage and preserve them? And those books which you have been using very regularly, they are torn, they are damaged, so you need to maintain such books also. So maintenance and preservation of books is also there. I am just saying about books. Think about the other media of information. You know how we store information. There are different forms and formats which keep on changing. Technology keeps on changing. How do you maintain, how do you manage and preserve digital information? So these all require specialist knowledge, special skills, and therefore you can say, yes, we need a library. You cannot do it on your own. There is no other agency that could do it. You need an institution, you need an organization, you need an agency that really takes care of all these things. Therefore, I say that we can really say with conviction we need a library. If you want to add to this conviction further, I would request you, I would advise you to do some more activities. I have listed these activities on your screen here. How would you organize books? What different ways come to your mind in which you can organize the books? You just imagine you are having large number of books on different subjects in different forms and formats. How would you organize them? You list down the different ways. Then you try to say which is the best way to organize the books. You will realize it's difficult, and then you will be able to say, yes, I need some expert to do that. And similarly, think of the problems in preserving and maintaining the books and sources of information. You may be having parts of books only, you may be having small books, you may be having brittle books, you may be having different sources, and see what are the problems in preserving and managing them. Go to a library, see some very old books and try to note how old these have been, for how long the library has been keeping those books in the library, and you will realize how difficult it has been for the library to do that. So please do this activity. This will really help you in your learning. Now let us talk of need of a library in different types of institutions, because we have talked in general. Now let us see in education. We begin with education because it is here you would see that really we require a library, and you know that in education all cross sections of people involved in education, they need a library. Students need it for learning, for understanding the subjects that form part of their curriculum, of their syllabus. Teachers need it for teaching. You need it for theoretical knowledge, for practical knowledge, for conducting theory sessions, for conducting practical sessions, for making your students learn, for students may not follow all or everything that goes on in the class. They may like to come to the library to clarify. They may like to come to the library to strengthen what they have learned in the library, in the classroom. So you need library in education. What about research? A researcher is highly dependent on information, on knowledge, on literature that forms that is there on his subject or on the problem that he is studying. So a researcher always feel inconvenient or feels that he may be missing some of the knowledge that already exists, because you know research means that you are adding to what has been done already. So you are not sure what has been done. So it is here that library helps the researcher, that all that has been done in that particular area is made known to the research by the library. So it is on that the researcher adds to it and furthers that knowledge ahead. Therefore, the library is really needed in research. Now come to the professionals that are serving the society: engineers, doctors, lawyers. If you visit a doctor, you would see that even while examining a patient, the doctor may like to consult some books, some literature, some advances that have been done. Who does it? Who provides the doctor all this? The library. You visit a hospital library, a medical research center library, you will see it is heavily used. There is a heavy demand from the doctors. Similarly, you would see a lawyer, you would see the lawyers having their own personal libraries. They cannot even always depend on general libraries, their institution libraries. They also maintain their personal libraries. So all professionals, they really depend on this library, particularly because they have expertise in that particular area and they are serving the society on their professional expertise. If something new has happened, has taken place in that area, in their area of knowledge, and they are not knowing that, their professional expertise lacks. They will not be able to serve the society to the fullest extent possible because they are outdated. They are not really aware of that new development that has taken place. So it is here that library is most needed by different types of professionals. You see, decision making is a part of life. You have taken admission in BLIS, you have taken a decision. How did you take this decision? You would have really seen what is this profession? What are the job opportunities? What do I learn here? How does my knowledge or my ambitions fit with this program? So you have taken a decision, and how did you take this decision? On the basis of your personal experiences, on the basis of literature. So it is one example of decision making where you need literature, where you need comprehensive literature, you need specific literature, and it is here that library plays a big role. Similarly, you have to take decisions, personal decisions, your institution takes decisions, your state takes decision, your government takes decisions, your country takes decisions. These could be related to the economy of the country, they may be related to health, they may be related to education, research, or any other area. But how are decisions taken? For that you need information. For that you need the status in that area. You need to really know the state of art of that particular area. Where do you find that? It is the library. It is the literature. It is the sources of information. And individually one can do it, but then one always feels insecure, insufficient, that it is here that the expertise of the library comes to our rescue. Now let us talk of what is the purpose of a library. We have talked of the need. Now when the library establishes itself, it plans for its services, it plans for its functions, it has certain objectives, it has certain purpose that is there. So the main purpose of a library is to satisfy the information needs of the different cross sections of the society. When I say different cross sections, the cross section is largest in case of a public library. It is smaller in other types of libraries, like the libraries of educational institutions, of research institutions, of medical institutions, of media centers, of the parliament. So there are different cross sections that the library serves. So it is not only to ascertain the needs and satisfy them, but also disseminate this information for those whom it is meant for. For that, the library tries to understand the needs and requirements of different cross sections or different types of users that it serves. It also provides a common place for people to come, exchange ideas and views, and thus add to the knowledge that already exists in the society, the public knowledge. So the library preserves this information and knowledge not only for today but also for tomorrow, and also helps by providing different media for which people can use for the exchange of information and knowledge. Now let us discuss the importance of a library. Without the library, the institution cannot think of surviving, because it strengthens the academic and research performance of an institution. It brings readers and sources of information into contact with each other, provides free access to information. It's a gateway to information and knowledge. It provides awareness about the information existing in different areas of interest, and provides a community space for exchange of ideas. How does it strengthen academic performance? As we have said that the classroom has a limitation, the lab has a limitation, and you cannot be there 24/7, but in the library you can be 24/7. There is a formality when you talk of the classroom, there is an informality. It is a free space and it allows you to discuss and read and learn unlimited. Therefore, it extends the horizons of knowledge. It provides a facility to extending the horizons of knowledge. And similarly in research, primary literature is very important in research. It is very difficult for any individual to have access to everything, particularly in primary literature. And when you know that knowledge does not know any boundaries, it is not that the knowledge that is generated in your own area, your own country. No, you need to have access to all knowledge, all information that exists anywhere, anytime, and particularly the cost effect factors that are associated with it. So it provides democratic access to knowledge. It provides the democratic access to all knowledge, to anything which has a price tag with it also. So it overcomes the divides that exist due to cost or financial barriers or other barriers of language or the space also. Therefore, library has an importance as far as the democratization of information and knowledge is concerned. And as we had said earlier, free access to information. Library is providing access to knowledge. It is taking an aim to provide access to this knowledge to anyone, anywhere, anytime, free of charge. So it does it as a mission, and therefore the importance of library is really there. Information sources are scattered. Information is provided by different agencies. All this is provided by the library as a gateway, and it is available in different forms, in different media, and also non-documentary sources of information are also known to the library. There are human experts, there are intermediaries. Library makes note, keeps them all in its notice, and provides access to anyone. So it conducts user surveys, it tries to know what people need, it tracks them using information and thus know the needs and requirements of people, and thus provides them this information not only on demand but in anticipation also. Therefore, it makes people aware to information. It provides a space for community exchange of ideas, and where new ideas are generated, new knowledge is generated. Therefore, as a place also, it provides a place for discussion and seminars and workshops and discussions. Therefore, this is also a very important role that library performs.